Hi guys. So when it comes to so many of our struggles, a lot of them aren't helped by the starring role that we give ourselves in other people's lives and other people's thoughts and other people's behaviors. And I think particularly when we grew up in an environment where we didn't feel we were prioritized or where we didn't feel valued, we can tend to feel that everything everybody else does is personal, that it's somehow a rejection or it's somehow kind of marking us out as not deserving. Or, if our partner, just say for example, is a little bit flippant and we assume it's because of something that we did, or we assume that they don't love us as much, or if our boss, I suppose, gives something to one of our colleagues and doesn't give it to us, all of a sudden it's about the fact that they prefer them, and we tend to, as I said, give ourselves very much a starring role in other people's actions. And the reality is, nobody thinks that much about us. Even your partners don't think that much about you. I mean, if you think about what your daily thoughts are, an awful lot of them are really just churning over egocentric stuff, kind of stuff that concerns you personally. We think about ourselves a hell of a lot. And that counts for everybody. So when we make the assumption that for some reason another person is going out of their way to hurt us or out of their way to insult us or, to kind of make us feel bad, we're, as I said, giving ourselves this massive role in that other person's day. And I know there will be times when another person does something purposefully to hurt us. But for the most part, the likelihood is we're just jumping to conclusions, we're making assumptions, and we're also working to this assumption that we can read somebody else's mind and that we have this major importance in everybody else's I suppose experience. And the reality is we don't. So your day will be so much kinder and nicer a place if you cannot take everything personally, if you cannot make everything about you. And I mean, it happens to us throughout our day, as I said, if our partner sends us a text and we kind of read a little bit into it, or maybe we're in a kind of not so good mood and we assume that they're annoyed with us for whatever reason, and we go around telling ourselves that story all day, whereas the reality is it's us that's telling us the story. So it's about being able to question yourself, being able to ask yourself, okay, what validation or what proof do I have that this other person is doing anything to hurt me, or that is anyways annoyed with me? So always querying that story, making sure that you're not making it all about you, that you're not making it personal. And as I said, if you've grown up in an environment where oftentimes things were unjust, this can be really challenging. It can be a difficult skill to develop. It involves a lot of mindfulness, a lot of self awareness, and it can actually become part of your meditative practice, where you can just objectively remove yourself from every situation and continuously tell yourself, okay, if there's something going on with them, there's something going on with them. The only thing that I can deal with is my internal experience. And one of the kindest ways I can do that is to try to always believe that other people think well of me, as opposed to assuming that everyone else is out to get me, and always sensing danger and wariness, because that's an exhausting way to live. If this is something that makes sense to you or resonates with you, if you struggle with your relationships, if you have a tendency to assume that other people are out to get you, or if you take things overly personally, get in touch with me on the website. It's fundamentals.ie. You'll also catch me on my Instagram and on my Facebook page. I do lots of content on my YouTube channel, which is Fiona Feely. So go check it out, like, share and subscribe, and let me know what you think.